Well, I think that I probably should have used a different word. I realize that the word insecure does have a negative connotation, but I believe insecurity is something every single human deals with, you know? We're all self-conscious. I'm just the first to admit it. Kanye, whatever.
What are you doing?
Like,
my ADHD cannot right now.
like, I think that it's just a fact. Like, you know, it was not supposed to be like, oh, my, you know, this guy I'm dating can't care about the last guy I dated. Like, I didn't mean it so much as a negative thing, but I think that, you know, you asked, why do you think men care?
Yo, what are you doing, Rin?
Somebody was like, Rin's, I was like doing this, and then people were like, Rin's like doing a BTS dance. So I was like, why not actually do a BTS dance?
All right.
Oh, just it distracts from the show though. But I was gonna say, like, the thing about it is, like, you're not the first woman to say it. Like, if you take time, and you could watch their content too, it is like a standard thing that when men have standards in relationships, we shame them, we shun them. When, like, if you have a brother or a father, and like, let's say your father was dating, right? Like, you would want him to have standards. Like, that men are allowed to have standards, but we kind of like shame them for having them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Multiple times that phrase comes up. He doesn't like promiscuous women, and I know you clarified later with 2 or 3. But like, there's women that'll say, like, let's say you know, her body count was like 25 or like 35, right? So if we present this situation, the scenario, and a man comes out and says, well, that's too much, I'm not okay with that, women will still call him insecure. There's some women out there, like, she could have a body count of like hundreds, right? That would be a
but
very
at that
small
point
minority.
I don't think it's about insecurity. At that
Yeah.
point I think it's just like, you've, you know, done this with so many different people, you must not value it, you must not respect yourself.
Yeah,
that's how I
exactly.
see it, that's how I
Yeah.
view it. So I think the insecurity part, oh well, I won't even go over that because I think we're on the same page. Like, that's whatever.
I think we unpacked it.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems to me that as soon as a guy says, here's what I want in a girl, here's what I want in a woman, it's almost always going to be met with, that's either a misogynist or you're insecure, small dick energy. It's always going to be met with some sort of contempt, shaming. So it's just funny. Women are allowed to have preferences, standards, and boundaries, and men are not.
Yeah. Well, I actually think it's the total, I won't say total opposite, but I think that women are more outwardly allowed to have those boundaries and standards when it comes to having sex. And that's why we said, you know, women are the pickers and choosers, but men have it with marriage and relationships.
I actually kind of disagree with that.
Okay.
Well, I women control access to sex, but like, most men are invisible to most women. So actually most men don't have choice either when it comes to a relationship.
Okay. Yeah, that's
now,
super
now
fair
like
to say.
top tier guys, yes, then they are the ones who decides who gets a relationship.
Right.
It does happen to be the case, it happens to be the case that most women are chasing after those top 10, top 20%
right,
men.
because we're
And
taking
so
the ones that we choose that we would
once
physically be intimate
yeah.
with, and then we're looking at that, you know, small group of people and deciding who
Yep.
we would truly like to be in a relationship with. And then those guys have also been other females' choice to be intimate with.
Yep.
So then, you know, you're nothing special when it comes to their dating pool.
Yeah, so if you've said yes to them, a lot of other women are prepared to say yes to them. So they have really no incentive to commit.
So what's your dating advice? Say no? Keep saying no? Like,